Could a single penny in your pocket be worth more than a brand new Lamborghini? What if I told you that a simple 1983 Lincoln penny could sell for hundreds to thousands, or even a jaw-dropping millions of dollars? Money bag, that's not fiction, it's coin collector gold. This isn't just any penny. This is a rare, coin that defied the U.S. Mint's own system, and now it's one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever discovered. Fire. If you've ever collected coins, sorted your change, or even just found an old penny in a drawer, then you must watch until the very end of this video. We're diving deep into the mysterious 1983 copper Lincoln penny, its shocking origin, what makes it so valuable, and how you could be sitting on a hidden fortune. Let's dive in, and make sure you don't blink, or you might miss the details that make this penny worth $250,000. The background of the Lincoln penny, the Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, has long been a staple of American currency. Originally struck in 95% copper, these pennies are not just monetary items, they're snapshots of American history. But things changed in 1982. That year, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint switched from the heavy copper composition to a copper-plated zinc planchet. From 1983 onward, all Lincoln pennies were supposed to be made using this new, lighter material, just 2.5% copper over a 97.5% zinc core. Here's the twist, a few rare error coins defied this changeover. While most 1983 Lincoln pennies were struck in zinc, a very small number were mistakenly minted using the old 95% copper planchets. And that is where the story of the 1983 copper era Lincoln penny begins, a story of minting mystery, numismatic excitement, and record-breaking auction prices. What makes the 1983 copper penny so rare? To understand just how unusual this coin is, you need to know the process behind minting. By 1983, the U.S. Mint had fully converted to zinc planchets for pennies. Any coin struck in copper that year, and especially one from the Denver Mint, marked with a D, was never supposed to exist. This means that any 1983 penny found with a copper composition is a major mint error. These rare coins likely came from leftover copper planchets that accidentally slipped into the production line at the Denver Mint. But how do collectors know it's a copper coin and not just a regular 1983 penny? The answer lies in weight and metallurgy. A copper penny weighs approximately 3.11 grams. A zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. So, if you find a 1983 penny and it weighs over 3 grams, you might be holding a genuine off-metal error, a copper planchet penny struck in the zinc era. And because these copper errors were never meant to be released, they are extremely rare. To date, only a few verified examples exist, making them true treasures in the coin collecting world. Record-breaking values at auction, let's talk numbers, and they're big. The most famous 1983 copper Lincoln penny error ever discovered was authenticated and sold by Heritage Auctions, one of the world's leading rare coin auction houses. Chart increasing auction value, $17,625 to $18,800 for earlier verified examples. But here's the kicker, experts believe that if another pristine, high-grade example surfaces, especially one in MS67 or higher, it could easily fetch between $99,450 and $155,750, and potentially up to $275,000, based on rarity, demand, and condition. Why the huge jump in price? Demand, collectors and investors compete fiercely for error coins this rare. Uniqueness, each known 1983 copper penny is one of a kind. Condition, coins in mint state condition are exponentially more valuable. Authentication, verified by PCGS or NGC, these coins command top dollar. In short, this isn't just a penny, it's a six-figure mistake made by the U.S. Mint. How to identify a genuine 1983 copper penny? If you're wondering whether you might have this gem, here's how to check. It must read 1983 D equals Denver Mint. Use a digital gram scale with precision to 0.01 grams. If the coin weighs around 3.11 grams, you might have a copper planchet. If it's only 2.5 grams, it's likely just zinc. Look for sharp detail in Lincoln's coat and beard. Copper planchet strikes tend to be cleaner and more defined than zinc ones. Check for signs of tampering. Some scammers plate zinc coins to appear copper. Look for inconsistencies in tone, bubbling, or unusual coloration. Send your coin to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, for evaluation. Only a graded, slabbed, and certified coin will fetch the highest prices. Always handle potential error coins by the edges and store them in protective holders to preserve condition. 1983 D. Lincoln Penny Error Varieties and Their Big Values. Not every 1983 D. Lincoln penny is valuable, but certain error varieties make these coins stand out with jaw-dropping values. Let's break down the top error types that collectors and investors go crazy for. 1983 D. Copper Planchet Error, Off-Metal Error. What it is: coin struck on an old-style 95% copper planchet instead of zinc. Weight, around 3.11 grams. Rarity, extremely rare, only a handful known. Negative 58 Australian dollars, $17,500 to $22,000. MS 64 plus, $99,450 to $155,750. MS 67 or higher, perfect condition up to $275,000. Collision. Double die reverse, DDR, what it is: doubling visible on letters in 1 cent or E pluribus unum. Visual clue: look for a shadowed or doubled appearance under magnification. XF grade, $150 to $300. MS grades, $500 to $1,200 plus. High-end specimens, $2,500 plus. Die clash errors, what it is: when dies strike each other without a planchet, leaving ghostly images on the coin. Visual clue: Lincoln's head or the reverse memorial showing faintly where it shouldn't. Circulated, $50 to $100. Mint state, $250 to $700. Clipped planchet error, what it is: a curved or straight bite missing from the coin's edge due to an improperly cut blank. Rarity, not unique but desirable if obvious. $75 to $250 depending on size and visibility. Off-center strike, what it is: coin struck off-center due to misalignment of the dies. Most valuable, coins with clear date and mint mark still visible. Minor off-center, 5 to 10%, $50 to $150. Major off-center, 40 to 60%, $300 to $1,000 plus. BIE error, die break between B and E in Liberty. What it is: die break makes it appear like there's an I between B and E in Liberty. Common BIE, $10 to $25. Dramatic BIE or mint state, $50 to $150. Transitional errors and wrong planchets, what it is: any 1983 D coin found on a foreign or non-standard planchet. Example: if struck on a dime-sized or nickel-sized blank. Depending on rarity, $2,000 to $10,000 plus. The common thread? All of these are coins struck in error, minting mistakes that turned into collector gold. The 1983 D copper penny joins these legends in rarity and value. If you suspect you found a 1983 D copper penny, here's what to do immediately: do not clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value drastically. Weigh it using a high-precision gram scale. Compare with a known zinc coin of the same year to check the difference. Take high-quality photos front and back under good lighting. Submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Join coin forums or groups and get opinions from expert numismatists. Consult auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. Even if it turns out not to be copper, your penny might have other value. Die cracks, double strikes, or plating errors can still command hundreds or thousands. With millions of 1983 D pennies still in circulation or in collections, there's always a chance that another copper error could surface. Many are hiding in old coin jars, inheritance collections, or even pocket change. If even one more certified example is found in high mint condition, it could be the next record-breaking sale, potentially blowing past the $275,000 mark depending on demand and rarity. This is why searching through old coins remains such a thrilling hobby, one where a tiny copper disc can change your life.